the Royal Rumble. I saw a couple of matches. When I turned the pay-per-view on, there were 6 entrants already in the ring, already doing battle as they kept counting down more superstars coming out to the ring. And man, I'm telling you, I've read a lot of positive reviews on the Royal Rumble, and there were some negative reviews, and people didn't think enough happened, or they didn't like it the way it was built. And man, I'm telling you, when I was watching it, I was drinking some Broken Skull Ranch margaritas. I had a pretty good buzz, but I'm telling you, I thought that was a damn good Royal Rumble. That was one of the best Royal Rumbles I've seen in quite some time. I love the way they built that finish. There was some innovative things as far as guys getting eliminated. Some neat displays of athleticism. You're always going to have, a little bit of the guys, just kind of trying to tip another guy off the top rope. Well, you're going to get that in any Royal Rumble because, man, that's just kind of the way it goes. But I thought the pacing, some of the movement, the story, the final 4 going into the final 2, Shinsuke versus Roman, and then boom, 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 just after some good stuff. When he just, Shinsuke tossed Roman right over the top rope like a piece of trash. And, that was a great win for Shinsuke and a great effort and a great job by Roman because, man, when they went to that Final 4, nobody knew, everybody kind of thought what was going to happen, but I don't think anybody expected what was going to happen. It happened. And so everything that I saw, it was a damn good Royal Rumble. So congrats to all the guys that participated because I really thought it was really, really good. And then, started off the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And man, the women kicked ass too. Kind of started off with a little bit of wrestling there in the beginning. And finally, when it was all said and done, Asuka, well, I always pronounce her name wrong. Asuka. Anyway, I got a chance to meet her backstage at Raw 25. She's an awesome talent, just super talent. And I'll tell you what, the women put on a good show. That was a damn good Royal Rumble match. You got to think, man. This is the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. See Trish Stratus make a comeback. Tori Wilson did some good action. Lita was in there. All the damn women kicked ass. More good eliminations in this. And then, boy, at the very end, here comes Ronda Rousey. It was interesting when Ronda came out because I knew she was going to come out. But for her to come out and just be in the ring with those 2 champions and Asuka, and point at that WrestleMania sign, because I think when Charlotte and Alexa Bliss were in the ring, along with Asuka, here comes Ronda Rousey, and just point at the WrestleMania, signage. I'm sure, as I cut this podcast, it's Monday afternoon, it's 3 p.m., so Monday Night Raw hasn't come on tonight, and I'm almost positive, or I'm assuming, Ronda Rousey's going to be on Monday Night Raw. Well, it's neither here nor there by the time you listen to the podcast, which drops on Tuesday, and I've already spouted this off. I thought it would have been neat to, bring her out. You already had Charlotte, you had Alexa Bliss out there watching as the champions, and then if you'd have brought Ronda Rousey out as a special guest, because everybody knows, how big of a wrestling fan she is. And I'm looking forward to seeing whatever they have planned for her in WrestleMania. But I just didn't understand pointing at that signage. And so I thought that might have been a little bit awkward. And, I thought Asuka should have had a moment. I hate to say the word moment because people use it in such a cliche fashion as it pertains to the wrestling business these days. But, maybe Asuka should have a little bit more attention as far as the end of that goes. But nonetheless, the star power that Ronda Rousey brings to the WWE is big time. She is a huge star. I've enjoyed watching her MMA career. She was a legit awesome badass. And she's just, as a wrestling fan, and she's a wrestling fan, it's going to be neat to see what she does inside the squared circle. Coming up a wrestling fan and having her idols, but also being, an extremely, extremely tough competitor in the world of MMA. Be interesting to see what they do with her. So I'm looking forward to that. A couple of the other matches, I thought the matches were pretty damn good. That tag match and telling the story with Sheamus and Cesaro basically working against Seth Rollins because Jason Jordan never would tag in because of that injury. I love that storyline, and I thought Seth Rollins did a hell of a job working that match against 2 guys, and those 2 guys did a good job of mixing it up. But just with that Jason Jordan tagging in, tagging back out, selling that head but where they ran him into the turnstile thing, the turnbuckle holder. I don't know where they're going with this, but it was a good performance of acting, and I'm intrigued because I want to see where the story goes, see what Seth does out of this. He's probably going to be pretty pissed off about what his partner was up to, Jason Jordan continues to do a good job at doing what he's doing. He's getting heat, and it's very interesting to watch this guy because he's all in. But I thought the event was a good event. Whatever your thoughts, send me your thoughts and opinions to questions@steveaustonshow.com. I'm still trying to go through all my Raw 25 emails that you guys sent in. There's a couple hundred of them, so I'm trying to get through those so I can, do a little bit more due diligence before I talk about that. I'm probably going to study the Royal Rumble and watch it with a notepad in my hand and maybe take some notes and maybe break down the Royal Rumble as I saw it, because I believe the event lasted about 60 minutes, close to 60 minutes, and study it a little bit longer and watch, because Royal Rumbles are a real hard match to work, and so they can be a real cluster just as far as timing and just arranging them. So, but I thought the guys did a damn good job, and the women did an awesome job, because that's the first Royal Rumble. I mean, I'm sure they've been in battle royals before and house shows and stuff like that, and maybe some stuff on television, but man, to go out there and for that to be the first Royal Rumble done by the women, they kicked ass, bottom line.
Okay, there was a Stone Cold podcast talk about the Royal Rumble 2 months ago. And here's my opinion. The Royal Rumble matches, they suck. The men's and the women's. The reason why I said about the men is Shinsuke Nakamura won due to these smarks. And the women's Royal Rumble sucked because it's full of botches. The only one I like about women's Royal Rumble is the women came back from the past, And Stone Cold said that these every match has a great story. In my opinion, that there was no story. I don't know what Stone Cold Steve Austin. I respect Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I think he tried to kiss too much of the WWE's ass a lot. So anyway, what are your thoughts about this? If Stone Cold Steve Austin tried to be any seller, or he just pretending, So give me your thoughts. This is Mary Crown signing out.